guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel again today. If you are new here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming. Yes, if you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Bosunola Faith. And if you want to know more about me, I have a video where I did get to know me. You can just click on the video and know more about me. Like I said in my previous video, one of my previous videos, I told you, I said I was going to bring one of my friends on here that will come and discuss on how to migrate with your family, how to settle down in Sweden. And today I have my friend here with me. You guys need to appreciate my friend with me because it's a lot for her to sit down here now to do this video with me. So firstly, without further ado, I'll let her speak for herself, okay? Please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Odemi Oluwatoyin. I'm currently a master's student of ecology and the environment in Linköping University here in Sweden. Before I migrated here, I was working in a bank, Zenith Bank to be precise. I resigned last year and I came to Sweden last year with my family.
Yeah, and when she means Zenith Bank is Nigeria Bank, Zenith Bank in Nigeria, Zenith Bank of Nigeria, right?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm going to be asking her some questions that I've gotten on my comment section or in my DM, some of the questions, and I'll be asking her and then she'll be giving us answers to it. So the first question I have here is, how were you able to secure an accommodation and settle in with your family?
Well, that's accommodation part can really be tough in the sense that a student accommodation here in Sweden, and by student accommodation I mean corridor room, does not really encourage family and married with 2 kids to stay there, so you have to source for accommodation. And for you to source for a normal accommodation for a family, you have to have a work contract here in Sweden. So when we came, the accommodation was second hand, and by second hand I mean an accommodation that somebody that has a working contract has gotten already, then the person accommodates you. So that's where we stayed for a couple of months till my husband got a contract that we can actually upload and show the housing company that, see, we have a work contract and we're able to secure our own accommodation.
Yeah. In the process of you getting the second hand, did it take long? Was it something that was easy? Is it something we can quickly get, or it was hard to find one? How were you able to do that?
Wow, it's really a difficult one, but thank God for Facebook. The second hand accommodation we got was from Facebook, something like ESN, Linköping. So there people come, the people they're looking for people to kind of share the apartment with them. They post apartments. So that's how we're able to get. I went on Facebook, we saw, and actually I even got 2, but I had to pick the one nearer to school when you think of bus tickets and everything. So yeah. So if you're here and you're coming to Linköping University, I think ESN, is it in all Sweden? I don't know if ESN is in all Sweden or ISA. You can join them on Facebook. You can type ESN of your school, maybe ESN Malmo, ESN Linköping, ISA Linköping, ISA Malmo or Lund, and check if you can get second-hand apartments. So that's that. And okay, before I move on to the question, can you say that getting an apartment and the second-hand apartment, which one is kind of cheaper and which one is more convenient? Do you prefer the shared or the second hand rather to the new house now? Or I can say that is relative in the sense that the second hand, there are some second hand you see that the person will tell you that you are not, maybe the person wants to go for studies abroad, so they just hand over the house to you because they don't want to give the house back to the housing company, and when they come back they need to start joining queue, so they will just get someone that can stay. And if you are the only one staying in that kind of apartment, it's quite expensive. And why is it expensive? Because the house is a furnished apartment. You just need to, most of the time you just need to move in with your load. The person already has everything. So in some cases the person might want to calculate all those things. If he and the housing company, for example, have an agreement of you are paying 5,500 SEK per month, by the time the person is accommodating, you are moving in, the person can say 6,000 SEK or 6,500 SEK. because the person is considering that you're already moving into an already furnished apartment. But in the sense that you are sharing with as in the person is not living, you are sharing with the person, it's always less expensive in the sense that the person's house rent is like 6,000 per month. But because you guys are sharing, you can say, okay, 3,000.
Okay,
yeah.
so you split
the bills, yes.
Okay. So the next question is, how did your kids get into school? How were you able to put them into school? Because I know that everything about Sweden is on queue. How can they go about how to start the middle, the process, so that
the truth is that, just as she said, Sweden, if you are not patient, you get easily frustrated in Sweden. Everything is queue. We even joke about it. My kids could not start school for like 2 months because they were on a queue. So what we had to do is, when they came in, we had to go to the Linköping as a commune. So we had to go to the commune, we registered them, and me and my husband were like, we want these kids to start school immediately, as soon as possible. And they were like, okay, what am I doing? I said, I'm a student. Okay, they were like, you'll be going to work. What of your husband? And my husband had not gotten a job then, because their mentality is that if one parent is not working, then you don't there's no urgency for your child to get into school. And their preschool, actually the real school for kids, starts from 6. That's when they start their like serious school, like primary school. But from 0 to 5, they go to like I call it play group, because they go there. They go there to play. When they resume in the morning, they are playing outside, they eat, they sleep, they watch cartoon and come back home. So it was really tough. We had to go and register them at the commune. And after a time, they told my daughter, because my daughter is 5 years, they told her she can resume. But my son, that was 1 year at that time, they said, no, since the father is not yet working, he has to stay at home. So by the time my husband got a job, we had to go back to them that, see, my husband has gotten a job and this boy has to start school because nobody to stay at home with him. That was when they now took it up like a case of urgency and registered him in school. So it's always, you just have to be patient. That's what I can say.
So immediately they get into Sweden, just go to the commune.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you say you want to register
them
kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you'll be on the queue till they get back to you.
Yes, till they get back to you. Yes.
So that's
and
it.
In most cases, they also, like, somebody in the commune always takes up your case. Like, they assign your case to somebody that
like
will
usual.
That will be following up. The person will be the one you will be liaising. The person will be liaising with you on behalf of the commune.
Okay.
Yes, the person will send a mail to you and help you.
Is there like any charge that is assigned to you putting your children into school? It's free.
Okay, that's, by the time my daughter started school, they gave her 9 to 12. However, their play group, you can drop them as early as 7 and pick them as early as 6. But because
as early or as late as
6, sorry, yes. But because my husband was not working, they just put her on like 9 to 12. And that time we were not paying because my husband was not working and I am a student, so we're not paying. But the moment my husband got a job and he started getting some income, you need to register with them that I have gotten a job and this is my income. So you pay a certain percentage, and from what the woman that was liaising with the commune, our case officer told us, it's like 1 to 2% of your salary every month. Yes. So it's compared to the services you get, it's quite small. And even if if your pay is so high, I know the woman made mention that the highest you can pay is 1,000 SEK per child.
Wow.
1,000.
That's quite cheap.
That's quite cheap.
And I would like to, like, in the course of putting your children into school, I know you've been in Sweden more than 8 months. Yeah. So what is that thing that really, like, that point of, like, that made you wow, I love the way they treat these children here? What was that point that you say, wow, I love this standard? There will be a point that there's something that just entices you about this compared to Nigeria or Africa?
A lot. There's not even something. It's a lot, because at the child, like, when your child, the first thing is that you are to pick 3 schools, and they will tell you, they always encourage you to pick 3 schools that are very close to where you live. So when you pick it, the one that has space, because they don't want them to be overcrowded, they give you an offer. And at the point that they give you an offer, the person actually liaising with you on behalf of the commune will invite you and your child for a talk. As in, that blew my mind. They ask you the child's best color, the game the child likes doing. They ask you the food, the kind of food the child, maybe the child is a vegetarian. When they were just asking all these things, I just started that my child can eat everything. Okay, they ask, okay, after lunch, because they give them food. If they are staying till 4, they feed them like twice. So she was like, okay, when we are giving your daughter food, what does she like to eat? Would she like to take milk or water with her lunch? I'm like, it's milk. Oh. You know, every little detail they take it into. And what wowed me was that they were like, okay, what is our mother official tongue? I'm like, it's Yoruba. They were like, because they encourage the children not forgetting their mother tongue. So once in a while, they will be playing those videos for her in school. So I'm like, in Nigeria, who cares about all this? Who cares about your when you pick your child at the end of the day from school, all your child activity, they tell you, oh, she slept, oh, she was angry a little bit today. This is why she was angry. And I'm like, okay. You know, they give you, in fact, the way they handle the children, like their eggs, they are able to read, this is what this child likes, this is what she does not like, you know.
Even you, the mother, does not even know. They help you to discover what you don't know about your child.
Within 1 week of the child being in school, they are able to tell you, this is what she likes. She's the kind of person that likes making friends. She's this. This is the time the person ate. My son, if he sleeps, he slept for about 1 hour. We gave him this food. You know, they give you so many little details that just blows your mind. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Now, I wanted to give an advice for those coming with their family. What is your candidate? What was the thing that you wished you would have known before moving into Sweden that really affected you? Yeah.
Okay. I can say, for my candid advice for family is that if you are married and you are contemplating on coming alone, please don't come alone. Come with your husband, come with your kids.
Yeah.
See, the kids get exposed. There are some things that my daughter is saying at this time, and I'm telling myself, if this girl was in Nigeria, she can't reason this way, she can't think this way. So if you are married and you're looking at, let me just come alone, please come with them. I'm telling you, you will not regret it at any point. At first, it might be tough in terms of accommodation and all that, but as times get by, you just feel encouraged. And the only thing I think I wish I knew before coming, or even at the point after I came, was when they are 5 years, the commune writes to you that it's time for you to change their school. Because they follow your child back to back. As in free medical care, they even write to you that you need to take them to see the dentist. And it's for free. And they must see the dentist I've forgotten the number of times. As in, they follow you back to back. These appointments are free. But if you make appointment, you miss it, you pay. That's your punishment. You do not take the child. It's free, you are not paying. So you must take, you know. So,
wow.
But there was one thing me and my husband really wish we knew. And that was the point when we came in, we really wanted, because they teach them in Swedish here. Their school is Swedish. Everything they do is in Swedish because they want to encourage them to speak. So the nearest school here, they call it Förskola, that was here, they teach them in Swedish. And now my husband was like, oh no, we want an English-speaking school. And people advised us, the school that is English-speaking is quite far. And we just said, okay, we'll take the pain. And we registered there, and she got admitted into that school.
The English school.
We thought it was English. So before they resume that school, they will invite you parents. They will take you on a tour with the children around the school. And when we were doing the meeting, they were speaking in Swedish. And I raised up my hand and I spoke like, okay, jag talar engelska. And that means it's English that I speak. And the teacher still continued in Swedish. I'm like, I was angry. I'm like, is this not an English speaking? What is this Swedish? So at the end, I thought I was the only one in the boat. So at the end of the meeting, I noticed an Indian woman walk up to the teacher and she was like, she wants to see the principal of the school. And that she thought this school was English speaking. That's why and they were like, no, it's Swedish speaking. So I'm like, so why did I take the pay? Why didn't I register? And now, that's when I realized that they just encourage these children speaking Swedish. So, though at a point in the school, they would ask you for the second language so that they can be teaching the child. So, most cases, we from the English-speaking country would write English so that they can actually, because they also assign English teachers to them to boost up their. So, I think that's the only thing I wish I had. Yeah.
I think they speak, but I think I asked somebody about this Swedish and this English schools, and she was like, no, they will still use Swedish to teach them, but once they start speaking English, they will speak the normal Queen's English or the American English. So that's how they teach them. Clean English,
they teach them
not our normal accent.
And one thing about this English speaking school that I realized was they teach them English, but it's for the people, like for the non-native English speakers that they take up in that English class.
Okay.
Yes. So because they feel we are from the English speaking country, we can speak. So let's focus on
those who don't. Okay.
Yeah. So let's focus on those people that cannot speak at all. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So the next question is: any regret coming to Sweden?
That question
deep breath.
Is deep breath. Because by the time you look right back home, I was working in a bank. So by the time you look at all those things, you feel, because sincerely, I've learned that when you are migrating, you are starting from the scratch. That is just, you are starting from ground zero. So that sometimes can get to you. That maybe
you are the head in your department, and then you are here doing this and that. Yeah, it could be so overwhelming sometimes, because I can relate also.
Yeah, but on the other hand, when you think about what you are getting, you forget it. I look at my kids. Free,
yes, like there's no stress of a child. I have to pay school fee, or maybe a child is sick. You start thinking about where will I get the money from,
medical
or any medical. So
so that's why I really encourage.
And they have access to so many things: libraries, internet, what have you. Everything is just
so to an extent I can say. There's no regret. Yes,
so
there's no
regret. Yes. So the last question. Come to Sweden. So the last question for today is: what other country would you have picked above Sweden, given another option?
Oh, if given another option, I think Canada.
I think I think my last video somebody asked me this question. I said Canada also, because I think Canada and Sweden, they are kind of almost the same policies and stuff. Yeah, so we'll pick Canada over Sweden. And the reason why I'll pick Canada, I don't know your reason, but let me say my reason is because of the language. That's all. Outside from the language, please let me remain Sweden.
Yeah.
You don't call.
Yeah, I think it's just basically the language. Because when you hear of your friends in other countries, you realize to an extent we here in Sweden we are kind of enjoying.
Yeah. Yes, we are enjoying.
Yeah.
We are enjoying. Yeah.
We're kind of enjoying.
Sweden is. I feel like I used to tell people. I feel like Sweden is so underrated.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people don't portray, because when you talk about good countries, and for example in Nigeria, they talk about the US, the UK, and Canada. But see, guys, Sweden is good.
Very good.
Very good. They have amazing policies. Okay. Yeah. So sorry, I don't want to take too much of our time. I don't want to take too much of our time, because we are still gonna go to work today. We are going to work this night. So this is where I got oh my goodness, this is where we end the video for today. Say hi to them once again.
Hello everyone. Thank you.
Speak Swedish.
Hey.
You need to plead to them that they should subscribe.
Please stay la. Please kindly subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, so
to my sister's channel.
So thank you so much, and I want to appreciate you for.
Thank you.
I know how difficult for you to like sit down here today to help me at least do this few minutes video. I am really, 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 really grateful. I cannot even thank you enough, but I am grateful. Then my subscribers, you need to thank her. I will deliver a message.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you have any question, you can put it on the comment section. I would always reply you there. Yes, so this is why I'm done recording, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Hello.